Wives, episode 49. Murder in India. These are the case facts against Ramandeep Kaur, who murdered her own husband. Isn't trust a bitch? India, land of Gandhi, made famous by the Taj Mahal, the Golden Temple, but also made famous by the murder of one Mr. Sukhjit Singh. The Ganges, longest and largest river in India, worshipped in the Hindu faith as the Mother Ganga. Bathing in its waters on certain occasions is said to cause the forgiveness of transgressions to help one attain salvation. Salvation is exactly what the wife of one devout Sikh would need some 8 miles down the river in a village called Uttar Pradesh. It would be there, in the thick of night, that Mrs. Ramandeep would engage her lover and husband's childhood best friend in her murderous plot. To find out what led to this plot, let us go back from whence they came, back to the town in England called Derby. Derby is an English city on the banks of the River Derwent in Derbyshire. The couple lived here in a modest home with their 2 children, ages 9 and 6 years, with the eldest child marking how long the couple had been married. Sukhjit and Ramandeep at one time lived in Carshalton, London, where they owned a profitable pizza shop prior to the big move to Derby in 2014. The UK's countryside of Derby seemed to fit the family's peaceful Indian heritage more than the vastness of London ever did. This new location allowed Sukhjit to take up a new career to support his family while immersing himself in the Sikh religion, where he ultimately became devout Sikh Sukhjit Singh. Sikhism, also known as Sikhi, is a religion and philosophy that originated in Punjab region of the Indian subcontinent around the end of the 15th century by Guru Nanak, and has as its main place of worship the 400-year-old Golden Temple of India. But Sukhjit wanted to get his family away from it all and back home to his roots in Uttar Pradesh for a month-long vacation. For this reason, the entire family packed up and boarded a flight to Hindustan. In Uttar Pradesh, where Sukhjit was born, was his childhood friend Gurpreet Singh, who was awaiting his arrival. It would be Mr. Gurpreet Singh who would engage with his wife in the continuance of a salacious affair in the country that would ultimately lead to Sukhjit's untimely death. The previous November, Sukhjit and his family went on a vacation to Dubai at the invitation of his friend, who lives there along with his 3 other brothers. Although the holiday was quickly planned, it didn't take long, however, for his wife and his best friend to hit it off during the 10-day tour. Gradually, the relationship grew serious, and they began to talk over the phone frequently. As love blossomed, his best friend and his wife decided to meet up. His adulterous wife then planned a visit to her uncle's place in Jalandhar the following year, where his best friend was already waiting. During that trip, her relatives took note of her growing fondness for this man and even cautioned her against it. But she had perhaps decided there was no looking back for her. Yes, little did a devout Sikh know that the woman he sat beside and had 2 children with would ultimately plan and execute his murder. On July 28, 2016, Sukhjit landed in Delhi with his family on a month-long vacation. His best friend was again already there to join them as they went to various touristy places. He had no clue about the illicit affair between his wife and his best pal, and that they were engaged in taking his life. The Sikh would visit his ancestral home in Shahjahanpur, which is located in Uttar Pradesh. Shahjahanpur has a tropical climate with hot summers when the temperature can be anywhere from 71 degrees to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Monsoon season begins here in July and lasts till October, when the city gets soaked in monsoon rains. The city is a major tourist attraction in the region with its 100-foot tall statue of Lord Hanuman on the banks of the Connaught River, only 2.5 miles drive from his childhood home. The Sikh's wife and childhood friend traveled to Jodhpur, Jhanjhar, and Anaspur Sahib Gahwar, after which his best friend left for his native village and decided that he would not come back early. But he did. This time, however, he had noticed that strange chemistry between his wife and her lover. He confronted Ramandeep about this, and the two had a bitter fight on August 22nd of the year 2016. But even as a Sikh businessman was thinking about how to deal with the new problems of his life, the lovers had other plans. His childhood friend told his relatives in Punjab that he was leaving to Dumbabad instead and came to Shahjahanpur a week later. On the date of his arrival, the Sikh's wife Ramandeep, 31 years of age at that time, put sleeping pills in her family's dinner in order that they all be knocked out for what was about to take place. That's right. In order to kill her own husband, she was willing to poison her children so that they would not be witness to the heinous act. When the time was right, between 12 and 1 a.m., Ramandeep unlocked the front door and allowed Sukhjit's childhood friend to enter his ancestral home stealthily. Ramandeep led Gurpreet up the stairs to where her husband was sleeping on a mattress opposite his 6- and 9-year-old sons. There, his best friend, at the direction of his wife, hit Sukhjit on the head with a hammer as hard as he could, while his wife smothered him with a pillow as he lay drugged and unconscious. When the devious pair removed the pillow, they believed that the Sikh was still alive, so they slit his throat with a butcher knife to make sure that he was dead. The following morning, authorities would get a call from the relatives of Sukhjit after finding his body cold and bloodied near his children. This photo shows the Sikh's ancestral home, along with the following photo, which shows the Sikh's body covered in a bed where he was murdered. Investigators would be inside, but outside there would be concerned neighbors who would gather in horror at what happened to the child turned Sikh. As is the culture in the region, police would parade the wife and friend masked here in front of the media, accused of the horrific murder of the dad of 2. It would be only by luck that they were able to arrest the Sikh's childhood friend as he was moments away from boarding a flight to Dubai. Ramandeep, knowing her ill-fated plans left her no way out, also turned herself into the Indian police. The regional police said of the incident that they first thought it was a case of family feud, but after examination and checking call records of his wife, Ramandeep Kaur, they realized his childhood friend had called his wife late that same night. She was not at all cooperative at first, and said she could not speak Hindi since she was born in UK. But during the investigation, she revealed that she had developed a romantic relationship with Gurmeet and that they had planned to live together. But when Sukhjit, who had no idea of her affair, refused to give her a divorce, they both made plans to kill him. For Killer Wives, this is Charles Rivers. Thank you for joining us.
Until next time.